Well guys, we're back out bush and it's a frosty one. On the way out, it was 0 degrees. The coolest yet by about a degree, but anyway. Generally it's a nice frosty morning. It's gonna turn out to be a cracking day. Well, I've only got about half a day. I'm actually back out where I was last week. I had to leave early, which I was a bit disappointed about. So I feel I've got unfinished business here. Difference is I'm gonna run the 14-inch double D. So yeah, the standard 14-inch that comes with the 6000. I'm gonna give it a crack. I haven't actually found gold with it yet. Being that we've potentially got some good deep ground here, I think it might sort of come into its own, hopefully. So they still seem to be quite sensitive. So hopefully I'll still get those little ones, but yeah, we can pick up something a little bit deeper. The sun is coming up, so I'm gonna get stuck into it. Guys, I'm just putting a pause to the video. Now, if you watched last week's episode, you'll see that I'm doing the push-up challenge. This is to raise awareness and funds for mental health. Now, I've got to do 3,214. I'm well on my way. I'm getting there. I should be starting to look a little bit more buff. But anyway, guys, if you could go to the link in the description and hopefully donate some cash towards this great cause, that would be fantastic. Anyway, guys, let's get back to it, finding that gold. Rightio guys, we have our first target with the 14-inch. Now, could it be gold? Could we be that lucky? Tell you what, this sun's nice. Hopefully this is gold, but yeah, look, quite easily could be lead shot. But anyway, got to be positive. Let's will it to be gold for the first target with the 14-inch double D. So hopefully we can christen it with a bit of gold. As you can hear, it's not very loud. Now it's in that little clump there, so it's not deep. Okay, so it's in this one, I believe. It's not on the surface. It's more vocal here, so that's encouraging. It's got a little bit of depth to it. My God, it's hard. Oh. Well, it's nice hard clay, I'll give it that. Any old mates in there? Not yet. Don't tell me it's... Hang on, we're not round yet. Ah, you beauty. It's actually a little bit of gold. Well, there you go. So the 14-inch picked up this little guy. Well, there you go. First target for the day, a little bit of gold. Rightio, here it is. Look at that. Very nice. There we go. First target, live dig from the surface with the 14-inch. We've got a little bit of gold, so how cool is that? So there we go. It was pretty much on top of the ground. It wasn't very deep, but yeah, it wasn't very loud either. So maybe the 14-inch just quite hasn't got the sensitivity. But look, we heard that and it was a lot better through the headphones. So how cool is that? Very good. Anyway, let's get back into it because we're burning time and I've only got a limited amount of it, so let's get stuck back into it. Righto, second signal. Now I've actually changed the machine into Auto 1 and I've put the threshold back on. It's still a bit wobbly sounding, but hey, the target response, I found it in normal. Now it's in Auto 1. The target response pretty much sounds exactly the same, so I'm just sort of playing around with it. I hear a lot of people like the old Auto 1 or Auto 2 with the threshold, so just in front of the coil, so we'll give it a dig. Hopefully the second target and live dig might be gold as well, but yeah, don't count those dirt chickens, eh? A little bit more solid than the last signal. Could it be lead shot? Oh, geez, I think it's come out in that. Bit wobbly sounding. Alright, it's not overly strong. Anyway, we'll get in the scoop hopefully and find out what this is. I really would have liked it to stay in the ground. A bit more vocal now. Oh, you're kidding me. I think it's another bit of gold. Look at that. That is tiny. Go the 14-inch. First two targets, gold. Righto, here it is. It is tiny, but I'll tell you what, how cool is that with a 14 inch? Because that is tiny. Admittedly, it was pretty much on top of the ground. But yeah, how cool is that? I'm actually quite impressed. I was a bit worried that it might not have the sensitivity. It wasn't deep. It was very, I think it was towards the bottom of that, but yeah, not deep at all. Awesome, very happy with that. Well, there we go. Second target, second live dig, mind you. Gold. Surprises me that the 14 inch is that sensitive. Look, it's not as pronounced, the sound, as what the aftermarket coils are, but definitely has sensitivity. So yeah, not a bad option. I like it, but hopefully we can get something down deep. That's why we've got this coil on. So I'll chase any gold. I don't care how big or small it is. How awesome would it be to punch down and get a nice deep one? I'm enjoying the day already. Seriously, I was 2 meters from the other one, but I did walk back about 5 to walk back over it. It was on the end of a swing and I actually bumped the coil on the ground. I thought it was knock sensitive. Not knock sensitive, but thought the knock sent the signal, but it wasn't. It was a little bit of gold. Well, we have our third signal. Now, am I pushing me luck for a third live dig? Third bit of gold in a row? Probably. This one's got a little bit more volume, so it sounds like it's probably a little closer to the top of the ground. But hey, look, I'll take another live dig, especially if it's gold. Let's get it dug and find out. Third time's not a charm. It's my old mate. It's your little lead shot. Rightio, so we're 2-all lead shot gold. Yeah, the lead shot's making a comeback. But look, I've got another signal right here. I like the sound of it. It'd probably turn out to be lead because it's really. Look, some people think they can pick gold from lead. I won't be saying that I can do that. So I say I've got a signal, and hopefully it's gold. So it just sounds nice. So we'll get it dug. Hopefully it's gold because I've got gold just there and just there. So I'm within meters of where I've got the other ones. Anyway, this is not getting it done, so we'll get it dug up and hopefully we'll have a third bit. So there it is, sounds nice and mellow. Just how we like them. Can I have another live dig? Oh no. Bugger, lead shot has taken the lead, you little turd. Oof. Well, lead shot. I don't know, it'd be 10 to a dozen by now, at least, and some of the big ones. So it just goes to show how hard it is to get a live dig with the 6000 because they all sound good. But this one sounded like a lead shot, but it's not, it's gold. So it's quite vocal. Once I popped it out, it was quite quiet prior because, yeah, it was on the bottom of a big clump. It was that hard I had to hit it with a pick to break it. I've got it in a little tiny clump of dirt now, so yeah, we'll do the final reveal together. We'll see how big or little this piece gets. Rightio, so it's down here in this nice little clump, just sticking out the side. See him just there, glistening in the sunshine. Anyway, let's pop it out of there. We'll see how big it gets, or small. This is about the size I dug up from about 6 inches down, but yeah, oops, it is very slippery. There we go. Nice little bit, that will shine up beautifully. Yeah, just out of that hole there. Wasn't too deep, but yeah, it was probably good 4 inches down, I'd say. Third bit for the day. Not coming too quickly, but yeah, all good. I think it's been about an hour and a half I've been going for, so not too bad, one every half hour. Well, what an awesome day to be out bush. It is a cracking day. Like, last day of autumn. It's winter, starts tomorrow. So when you see this, it'll be a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, this weather is just cracking. Like, you just don't get any much better weather than this time of year. Anyway, enough talking about the weather. In front of the coil, I have a signal. Now, just over here, about 3 meters, is where I got a nice deep one last week. So it seems to be all the gold I even got today is in this sort of center section here. So live dig time, could be lead shot, might not be, but at least it's in the channel that I've been getting the gold. So let's find out what it really is. I don't know if you can hear that, it's super soft. Super soft can be good. It also could be a little lead shot. Now, I've been using this for a while. I can guarantee you it is not as sensitive as the 11-inch or aftermarket coils. It will pick up the tiny lead shot, but yeah, it's a whole lot harder on the other coils, it actually screams. With this, not so much. Still sounds like it's in the ground. Actually might be in that clump. Thought it had moved. I think it's in this. It's whatever it is, it's tiny. I don't know if you can hear that. That is super quiet. My God, if this is gold, which is a fair chance, because if it's a lead shot, it should be louder. This is going to be small. It's a bit stronger on the tip of the coil. Being a double D, they are more sensitive on the point. This can't be lead. It's too quiet. Oh my goodness. Wait till you see how small this is. Oh, probably not as small as the last one. Well, there you go, another live dig. Rightio, so I've given it a bit of a clean up. Look, it's not super small, but it just goes to show these coils aren't as sensitive as definitely the 11-inch or the aftermarkets. The aftermarkets and like even the 11-inch would have ate that up, so it still hears it, but yeah, you got to be listening a whole lot harder. Yeah, that's probably, it's sub 0.1, but it's the right color. Now that hole might have had a little bit of depth to it, but yeah, definitely you're probably missing gold with the 14-inch over the 11 or aftermarkets. Anyway, it's gold, we got it, so let's see if we can get some more. Good times, we're on again. So, what is it? It's a bit after 11. I've sort of gone one every half an hour, but yeah, this one's just bopped over a little bit, but yeah, I think it's number 5. I had my suspicions it was gold. It was so quiet. It wasn't booming like a lead shot, even like the little lead shots, so had my suspicions, but yeah, it's still in a tiny clump of clay, so I'll give you a bit of a look, and yeah, we'll pop it out together. Rightio. So the little guy is down in this little clump of clay, just there. So we'll crunch him out. I don't think it's going to be overly large. Oh my God, it is small. Ugh. There it is, with a blade of grass for comparison. All right, I'll give it a bit of a clean up. There we go. So we can see a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little chunky bit, a little rough. You think it'd be a bit more water worn in the area we're in, but yeah. Look, sub 0.1, that's number 5, and it's gold. So good times roll on. All right, we'll see if we can sneak another one in, but yeah, we're running out of time. It's 11:28, and we've got our 6th bit. Started about 8:30. It's right there in the scoop. So yeah, we're back to our one piece every half hour. So good time. So I've got half an hour to find my next one, and I'm keeping up my good average. But anyway, it's down there in the scoop. I'll give you a closer look. Rightio, so there it is. It's actually not a bad bit. One of the larger bits for today. Yeah, that's going to go. Oops, where'd it go? That is going to go better than a 0.1. It might be up towards a 0.2, that guy. So these ones get the weight up a little bit quicker. But yeah, that's number 6, so good times. Hopefully we can get another one before we pack up. But yeah, I don't know. Might stretch it out to about another hour, then I'll head off. It's hard to leave gold. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get stuck back into it. And hopefully I'll get another one within the next half hour. Well guys, a quick history lesson on this area. I found it probably a good 20 plus years ago with a GP 3000, and we done very well off of it. Andrew found a 26 grammer here, so that was pretty good. My biggest from here was a 5.4, but yeah, there's lots of sub grammars and yeah, 1s, 2s, 3s, so it was awesome back in the day. I even had some, there was a 4.8 came off here as well, and yeah, some 1.2s, so it's been a great place. But yeah, the old 3000, I'll tell you what, it's done a pretty good job, and I would never have got these ones because these are just way too small. I have been back with the 45, but yeah, look, 45 could get some, but I've never really spent a lot of time here with the 45, so never did grid it or anything like that. So just loosely walked around. But anyway, the 6 is boarded alive again, which is pretty good. So yeah, we're 6 today. Was it 4 last time? 5 or 6? Oh God, I can't remember. And it was about 7 the time before that. So it's producing quite well. So I'm pretty happy. But anyway, I better get stuck into it because this ain't finding me any gold. Rightio, 11:57. 3 minutes to spare. we've got our 7th bit. I actually thought it was lead shot. It was pretty loud and it was giving me trouble trying to find it, and I didn't pinpoint it very well, and it was still in the ground and I thought it wasn't. I was starting to get a little bit angry, going, bloody hell, where is it? Friggin' lead shot. But then as I'm cracking it open, I saw a little glint of gold in the clay, and I went, yeah, it's actually not a bad bit of gold. So anyway, guys, I'll give you a closer look. Righto, so in the scoop we have a nice little bit of clay, and right there, sticking out, you can clearly see a nice little bit of gold. Anyway, let's get him crunched out and see what it looks like. And there he is. It's actually quite a nice piece. And here I was getting all upset. Oh, there it is. Yes, I was getting upset, thinking it was lead shot, but no, it's a nice bit of gold. It's pretty thin. Oh, losing our focus. Yeah, it's pretty thin, but yeah, she's the right color. I'll give it a quick cleanup. And there we go. That is going to go a good 0.2, if not 0.25. Might be a nice little quarter grammy there. No wonder it's giving off a sound like a lead shot. And I thought it was pretty shallow, but it's actually down a couple inches, so very good. Anyway, well, it's midday. Look, I'll squeeze another half hour in, see if we can sneak one more in, but then I better head off. Anyway, let's get stuck back into it. Oof, I am buggered. I'm still sort of getting over a cold. Hopefully by the time you see this, I've gotten over it, but seriously, I've had it for about 2.5 weeks now, and it's horrible. So I don't know what the hell's going around, but it's not nice, so it's very fatiguing. But anyway, 12:20. Well, I'm standing on where I got the last bit of gold, but if you go by the time, it's taken me 20 minutes to go up there and back to here. And there's a little bit of gold in the scoop. I'll tell you what, it's pretty much right in line with the other one. I know the one I'm standing on was on the outside of a swing, and that one was on the outside of the swing coming back. So they're basically almost in alignment, so nearly missed it. But anyway, we didn't, we got it. So where that little stick there is on the ground, that's where this bit of gold came from. So she's right there in the scoop. Definitely over 0.1, good 0.15. So yeah, I think we're really going to crack the half gram today, if not a bit better. So yeah, good times. That's 8. So that's the most I've gotten here. Even back in the day when I used to come here with the 3000, you get 1 or 2 max a day. But yeah, I've gone 7, 6, and 8 so far. So, and I've got 8 more minutes to go. So I'll give you a quick look at this and we'll get stuck back into it. Rightio, so it's not a little rough one. I'll take rough. Rough is good. Yeah, there it is. So it's got a little bit of size to it. A bit of ironstone maybe in it, but yeah, that's a nice one. I'll get it out. It's not going to escape this one. Very, very nice little piece that. It is quite rough. Enough yibba yabba. I'm going to try and sneak another one in the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, I'm done. Bush weighing time. Well, there we have it. Our 8 bits of gold for the day. Now, I'm a little intrigued how small that smallest one is that the 14-inch was able to pick up. Yeah, 0.86, not too bad. It's pretty sensitive for a bigger coil. But anyway, we'll pile all these guys on. I'm going to go for 0.7. Wow, that's a bit surprising. 1 gram on the dot. Well, I'm very impressed. What a cracking day, what a cracking morning. So in 4 hours, we're able to get 1 gram. 1 gram on the button. What more could you want for a day out in the bush? My God, I did not expect that. That is awesome. So yeah, the 14-inch, it's done pretty well. Look, it does make finding those smaller ones more difficult. The other coils would have smashed every one of those. So yeah, not quite as sensitive, but it done the job. It's got the most amount of gold from this place, so good stuff. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.